This is the High Voltage Business Builders Podcast, daily intelligence for serious e-commerce portfolio builders across Amazon, TikTok Shop, Shopify, Walmart, and every channel that moves the needle. Neil Twa and his Voltage team all day, every day since 2012. Let's get into it.
Quick question before we get into it. Most operators treat a stockout like a temporary inconvenience. A few days offline, restock, done. So why does the revenue loss keep compounding for weeks after you're back in stock? Because the ranking hit doesn't stop when your inventory does. It's Monday, June 22nd. Welcome back, folks. On behalf of myself and the team at Voltage, we are glad you're here for episode 302 of the High Voltage Business Builders Podcast. Hope your Monday is going well out there. Now, lock it in. Here's the reality. A stockout is not a logistics problem. It's a cash flow problem wearing a logistics costume. And by the time most operators figure that out, the damage is already 3 to 4 weeks deep. Today we're talking BSR recovery, what a stockout actually costs your brand, and how to claw your ranking back without lighting your ad budget on fire. Look, I want to be direct about something most sellers get completely wrong about stockouts. They think the cost is the days they were offline. 11 days out of stock, 11 days of lost revenue. Done. Move on. That is not how this works. When your listing goes dark, Amazon's algorithm does not put you on pause. It interprets zero sales velocity as a signal that your product is no longer relevant. Your BSR decays, your organic placement drops, and the moment you restock, you're not picking up where you left off. You're starting a climb from a lower position with less organic traffic against competitors who absorbed your demand while you were gone. Here's the math that should make you uncomfortable. A seller doing $25,000 a month, a stockout of just 11 days, that's roughly $3,600 in direct lost revenue. Sounds survivable. But the ranking recovery cost, the ads you have to run to rebuild placement, the velocity you have to force to signal relevance again, that total impact clears $12,000. You didn't lose 11 days of sales. You lost more than a third of a month's revenue, and then you paid again to earn back what you already had. Now scale that up. If you're running $850,000 a month and you let stockouts bleed through your catalog, you are not looking at a setback. You are looking at a structural damage event. The conventional wisdom is to just reorder when Amazon sends you the low inventory notification. Come on. By the time that notification fires, you're already in the danger zone. That system was not designed to protect your ranking. It was designed to tell you a shelf is empty. Inventory is not a back-office function. It is a revenue protection decision you make 60 to 90 days before the problem shows up. If you're not building your reorder point around your growth rate, not just your current sales velocity, you are always one supplier delay away from watching your BSR crater in real time. The recovery is possible, but it costs more than the stockout. That is the part nobody wants to hear. I want to talk about David. You may have heard me reference him before, and for good reason. David came into our world doing around $30,000 a month. Good operator, hungry, willing to do the work. We helped him scale. He pushed past $100,000, past $300,000, eventually to over $850,000 a month. Expanded from 6 SKUs to over 100. That is a real business, built intentionally, not a lucky hero product. And then stockouts hit his catalog. The number that came out of that period was $500,000 in cumulative loss traced directly to inventory mismanagement. Not a bad product. Not a failed launch. Inventory. At his revenue level, a stockout on a high-velocity SKU does not just cost you the days offline, it costs you the ranking you spent months building. It costs you the ad efficiency you earned. It costs you the organic placement that was converting at a rate your competitors would have killed for. And then it costs you again when you have to rebuild all of that from a lower position. Here's what I remember about that conversation with David. He wasn't a careless operator. He was growing fast. And fast growth is exactly when inventory math breaks down if you're not recalculating reorder points against your growth rate, not your historical sales velocity. His system was built for the business he had 6 months ago, not the business he was running. That is a mistake I see constantly. Sellers set their reorder triggers once, maybe twice a year, and then they wonder why they keep running out. Your business changed. Your inventory system did not. The path back for David was real, but it required treating BSR recovery the same way you'd treat a product launch: controlled ad spend to rebuild velocity, patience with the IDQ window on restocked listings, a minimum 30-day safety stock buffer adjusted higher on his fastest-moving SKUs. He came back, but the $500,000 was gone. You do not get that back.
Would you like to have another $26,400 on your bottom line while saving 17 hours a week? With the new Voltage Cayman Data MCP, you can use the power of AI to reduce your time and increase your net profit. More than just ads management, it's a full AI-driven operator in the palm of your hands. Visit VoltageDM.com to learn how the Voltage Cayman Data MCP plus your data can 10x your Amazon brand in 2026 and beyond. And now, back to the podcast.
3 moves. Let's go. Move 1. Audit your reorder points today, not next quarter. Pull your top 10 SKUs by revenue. Check the reorder trigger you have set for each one. Now ask yourself, does that trigger account for your current growth rate or the sales velocity from 4 months ago? If your brand is growing, your reorder point should be growing with it. Factor in your supplier lead time, add your safety stock buffer on top, and set a minimum of 30 days on hand before you even think about cutting it close. High-velocity categories need more. This is boring math. It is also the math that keeps $12,000 problems from becoming $500 problems. Move 2. When you restock after a stockout, treat the first 7 to 21 days like a relaunch. Do not touch the listing aggressively right out of the gate. The IDQ score matters here. Amazon is reevaluating your listing's relevance signal. Give it the window to stabilize, then layer in targeted sponsored product spend to rebuild velocity. You are not just restocking a shelf, you are re-earning your placement. Operators who skip this step wonder why their ranking never fully recovers. Now you know why. Move 3. Stop relying on Amazon's low inventory notifications as your system. I know, it's convenient. It's also designed for Amazon's logistics, not your ranking protection. Build your own alert layer. Whether that's a spreadsheet trigger, inventory management software, or a simple weekly review, you need a signal that fires before Amazon's does. 60 to 90 days before the stockout is when the decision gets made, not the day the notification lands in your inbox. Stockouts are a cash flow problem disguised as a logistics problem. Solve the logistics. Protect the cash flow. That order matters. Look, you just heard what a stockout actually costs. Not in theory, in rank, in revenue, in the weeks or months it takes to claw back placement you already earned. Most sellers treat inventory like a logistical detail. Operators treat it like the foundation their whole brand stands on. That shift in thinking is exactly what we build inside the Voltage Business Builders cohort. This is not a course, not a coaching program where someone tells you what to do and sends you home to figure it out alone. This is a membership built around one goal: $100,000 in net new profit. Operator-led, with people in the room doing the exact same work you are doing right now. We have been running this for 13 years. I have built brands, sold brands, and helped hundreds of sellers do the same. The people inside our cohort are not guessing at reorder points or wondering why their BSR never came back after a stockout. They have the frameworks, the accountability, and the operator guidance to run this like a real business. If today's episode hit close to home, that is probably a sign. Ready to stop building this alone? Come find us at VoltageDM.com. Check out what the Business Builders membership looks like. If it fits where you are right now, the door is open. That is a wrap on episode 302. I appreciate you spending part of your Sunday with me. Go check those reorder points before the week starts. Seriously, do it tonight. I will see you tomorrow on the next episode of the High Voltage Business Builders podcast.